Nats, being the only one from last year's roster, what were the roster discussions like after Paris Champs?
Oh, it was a lot of discussions because after the EMEA, I don't think we showed the result that we're supposed to show, and we didn't show what we are capable of, and we didn't show the level that we wanted to show, unfortunately. So, as end of the year, you always think how you can improve the roster, how you can make it stronger for the next year, and that was the first thoughts. But after that, it was a little break, and after that, we start working again.
Porpo, how many years have you been in Berlin for? What's it like living here?
I mean, I have a lot of kind of to compare, because I've been living in Serbia for like 3 years, and then I moved to Berlin when I was in Giants. Basically, I didn't leave Berlin after that, even though, for example, we got eliminated in Kickoff in stage 1 all the time, all the year I was in Berlin, and I think I adapted pretty quick. And I'm also the person who is adapting to like I can adapt in any situation, any conditions. I can live like almost, in every condition possible. And yeah, I mean, if you ask me if I like Berlin or no, I will say maybe on 40% I like Berlin. But yeah, it's a little bit difficult because like I left my own country many years ago and I wasn't there, and I didn't see a lot of like friends and my parents. So the only thing that keeping me in shape and keeping me in a clear mind is that like I have a kind of goal and I have a dream and I have a work. So that's the only thing that keeping me alive, I will say so.
What are your goals right now?
My goals, I will start with personal goals. I mean, I just want to play at high level possible, because if, for example, we take the regions that we have right now, for me, Europe is of course, for me, like every region is good, but if you ask me which region is more closer to my playstyle and where I'm gonna feel comfortable, I think Europe is one of the regions where I want to play, and my goal was always to play at high level possible. So this is the first goal that I kind of set up for myself. Just want to play good Valorant, just want to be a good player. How to say it properly? I just want to be flexible, I want to be professional, I want to be just a good player. I don't have really high goals. I think I have the same goals that every player, but about my individual deep goals, I'm not gonna say here. But yeah, I just want to play at high level Valorant with the professional team, with professional players, with the good teammates, and stuff like this. So yeah, but about team goals, I think it's better to ask Ayaz, but I will say that I think we just want to first of all find our identity as a team, and we want to at least start playing like we should play, and we just start to feel comfortable as a team on the stage, and then the results will come, I think, and it's about time.
Would you then consider the last 2 years successful?
I think everything what happened to me is a success in some way, because like I cannot really say that I failed somewhere, because I didn't really have a long, big experience. It was my first year with Giant X, then okay, we didn't win anything. I mean, we won one tournament, Mixed Gender Cup, but Spotlight Series. But I'm never saying that I had some failure or I failed somewhere. So everything that happened to me is success. I became a person who I am right now only because what happened to me in the past. So I'm just looking back, fixing stuff that I used to need to fix, just becoming a better version of myself. So that's it.
Nats, when did you start considering Purpo to be added to the roster?
I don't remember how it started, but we were collecting the list of the players that we wanted to trial, because this year we were running big trials to see the players who we want to fit, because the coaching staff, they had their vision and they wanted to implement and find the proper people for that system to be working. So that's why we were running a long trials. We're running and testing different people, and the roster we have right now, and Simon included, Purpo, people who fits the best, the system and the vision of the coaching staff. So that's how it started and how it is right now.
Did anything stand out to you when playing with Purpo?
I did hear about Purpo a lot before, and I know him already from Gambit times, and my past IGL, Redgar, he's a very good friend with him, and he did speak a lot about him, and I also knew about him. So, and we also have the experience of the Giants, and I overall know what kind of person he is and what he will bring to the team and bring to the server. So that's why it wasn't many questions about is he a good fit or not. We just knew that I think he will be good in this system and in this roster.
Wayne, how's your transition been? Read an article that you're not the biggest fan of Berlin. How's your experience gone?
I mean, I think it wasn't that hard, I would say. Like, for me, like, I think, like, coming to Berlin, like, I didn't really have, like, a lot of, like, high expectations for, like, it to be, like, very, like, smooth sailing. Like, because I also have to, like, live alone, right, in my apartment. It took me a bit of time, maybe, like, 1 to 2 weeks to, like, actually settle in. And, like, I think so far, like, everything's been pretty good.
Wayne, walk me through your history. How long have you been playing in APAC for?
I think I was in Tier 2 in APAC for, like, my whole life. Like, I think I was just basically, like, my whole life I was playing in Tier 2 in Challenges in APAC.
What's that grind like playing in Tier 2 for so long?
I would say it's pretty tough because I feel like even though our region was pretty small, like there was still a lot of like competition, a lot of good players. And I think like what I did personally was just to like play a lot. And I think after some time, like I just felt like I was better than like everyone else, like in my region, like Singapore, like Malaysia. And yeah, I just didn't think like anyone could be like better than me. And like I had that confidence and like, I wouldn't say ego, but like just a lot of confidence in my skill level. And yeah, and I think it showed like throughout the entire season in Challenges.
What's the main differences coming to play in Europe then? Playstyle, skill level?
I mean, playstyle is one thing, right? But like, I think it isn't really like a big change. Because I mean, there are some teams in Pacific that also play slow. But I think what you said, like the skill level, I think it's really different here. Like in EMEA, I feel like there are a lot of like good players and good teams, right? And I think like, I don't really have much experience playing in Tier 1 because I've been in Challengers, right? And I didn't win Ascension, unfortunately. But yeah, I think coming over here, like, I just want to like keep up with like all the players here because I think there are a lot of like insane players here. So yeah, that's one of my goals.
So how'd you hear about our trials? Did you play from Singapore?
I was just lying on bed one day and like I got a text saying that our head coach, like Evo, he wanted to like get in a call with me. And I think that was like the beginning. So I think after that call, like he was just getting to know me and stuff. And like honestly speaking, I didn't even try to like get in the spot in Liquid. Like it just suddenly like it just happened. Like I don't know, like after the call, like the next thing I knew, I was literally in boot camp, like in the Liquid facility in Netherlands. So yeah, I didn't really get the trial. I just sort of got my spot.
Nats, how does that make you feel when you're trialing dozens of players and then Wayne just gets added? Did you talk with the coaches throughout the whole thing?
I mean, I was on the conversation with the Evo when we were speaking with Wayne. I think that was the first conversation, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a scouting people who was doing the scouting of him, and I also checked his votes. And overall, we felt that he is a very good fit in terms of his playstyle, in terms of how he plays the game, and his talent and capability to show later on. And unfortunately, yeah, there is since he's from a different region, and yeah, we were running trials, but we did decide to take some kind of risk that without trials, and for now, the risk is paying off.
So the first time you met was at the Alienware training facility in the Netherlands. What was your first impressions of Wayne as a player?
From him?
Yeah.
He's funny. I think in terms of game, it's a lot, and as I'm always saying, the Kickoff is a lot about learning people, about learning the team, about learning the system that will be good for the team. So that's why it's still the process about learning the strengths of the players, learning the weaknesses to try to avoid them more and more. Start of the year is always the same thing. But I mean, it felt good. It felt natural. That's what I would say was very important. That he came and because I was expecting for him to come to a different region, to come to a tier 1, and he would be very uncomfortable where he came. And but I think for him it was natural, as he said. Maybe his confidence that he had in APAC is bringing that more and more confidence in himself.
Let's transition the first week of kickoff. Wayne, visa was delayed. Kick came in and subbed for us against Vitality. Walk me through the prep and the expectations going into the first week of kickoff.
For the first match, I mean, we just had a week of preparation, I think, with kicks, because we were still, for the whole time we were waiting, will Wayne get the visa or not, and we didn't really want to go with the approach like, okay, we're gonna play with a sub the tournament, because we still wanted to play with the Wayne. That's why it was a very late decision to start playing with kicks, and as usually it happens, you make that decision, and in a few days you're getting the response about the visa. So that's why basically Wayne was in the city in Berlin when we were playing with the match against Vitality. But overall, it was just more so we can start the tournament more naturally for Wayne, for the whole team, not in a rush. Even though it was a rush in terms of preparation, but in terms of the tournament, and since it's triple elimination tournament, we decided that we have a chance to just play with a sub first game.
Purbo, how'd you guys do?
Honestly, I think it was not easy, I would say, the preparation before the kickoff. We faced a lot of issues, not only inside the game and outside, and not only with the Wayne area visa. And I think for me, what I felt and the team, our also main goal was to not only, to have the best preparation possible, to be ready for everything inside the server. It was also like mental preparation before the game that, we know that even though Wayne is not going to play first game, we still came with the mindset that we are going to win. We want to win the game, even though Wayne is not with us. And for me and for us, I think we just needed to make sure that as soon as Wayne comes back to the server, us as 4, we just need to be already, we just need to trust each other. So when Wayne comes back, he sees the chemistry, he sees this we are all sync between each other. So he will fit much faster, and he will just, get used to everyone much faster. So when things happening. So I think, it happens to every team, everyone facing issues. I think it's about how you deal with them, how you find solutions, and your approach, your mindset, I think. And this is, for me, and I think most important, I think.
Purbo, how are you after a loss?
I think for me it's much easier because I had experience already in real sport, where you kind of don't have time to be sad or think about what happened. You just need to accept it. And I had a really good coach in real sports, so it helped me a lot. So after the losses, I don't really feel super bad. Of course, I hate losing, yes, but the skill that I have, that I can reset and just go find some solutions, fix something in my playstyle, what I did wrong, fix my mistakes. I think that's what came from my experience from real sports. So it's actually helping me a lot. So I don't have really any issues with dealing, with the, I don't have really mental issues, or I do, so yeah, that's it.
Wayne, how'd you feel playing your first Tier 1 stage game against Carbon Corp?
I mean, before the match, I was pretty excited, I would say. But I think during the match, I think people could see there was a lot of nerves for me. Playing in a whole new different stage and whole new different region with different players and all the good teams I always watch at home, right? So I mean, for me, it was a bit nerve-wracking. I was more prone to make mistakes because I was quite nervous, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we pulled off the win, even though under these conditions, right? And we also had we barely had any time to practice since I came late. And I think winning this game gives us a lot of confidence in our skill level as a team. And with more time, I think we'll be even better. Yeah.
Wayne, same question to you then. How do you deal with a loss?
I wouldn't beat myself just because of a loss, I would say. I don't get easily affected by losing a game. I mean, right, it's just we're still in kickoff, right? So my expectations can't be that high yet, I would say. It's very easy for me to reset from a loss. And I think after a loss, I would just review the game and like see what I've done wrong and like try to correct it.
Nats,
Yes.
when was the last time you won an international event?
You're going for the very sad one.
Of course.
Last time I won international event 2021.
Outside looking in, you have been given the hard task to build up new rosters year over year, consistently getting to the international stage, but struggling to go far in them. What's your mindset with these new rosters?
What's the mindset? I mean, the working mindset, I would say. But I mean, it does a little bit tricky that every year we need to rebuild, every year we need to create the whole new thing. I would say it's a little bit sad, honestly, that we don't have an opportunity, as some teams does, that you have a working system and you just bring the better and better players and don't create something from zero. So partly I would say that's a good experience to have, but I would say it's not good to have it for so long, because at some point you stop learning some certain things, and that's my opinion about that. So if I had the opportunity to have a working system and just have a small changes, I would like that.
Are you getting tired having to rebuild each year?
I would say so, yeah.
Do you have any concerns with burnout?
I don't have a burnout. I always like to have some interest, and the more I rebuild, the more we rebuild, the less interest I have in that kind of things, because there is, even though it can feel very different, it's every time the same. And it's also a lot depends with the goals, and I'm setting the high goals for myself, and sometimes that also messing up the plans.
What's different this time around?
What's different? I think we have a very good coaching staff that already proved last year that we can show good results. I think in terms of roles, we are pretty set in terms of into the system, but the rest we need to see. I think it's too early for me to say. There is a lot of topics that I don't know how the people will react into. That's why I'm not really judging people on this 2 or 3 months at the start. It's like, usually it's different. What you see now and what you will see closer to the middle and closer to the end of the season.
Do you feel the burning passion and motivation from your teammates?
Yeah, that's true. I like to meet new players. I like to learn more, because I'm also learning for myself something. Every player is a new opportunity for me to learn and to teach something. But as I said, I would like to do that, but with the less changes, not with the so many changes every year.
Wayne, do you want to be a world champion one day?
Yeah, I mean, I think every player would want to achieve that like someday. I mean, for me, like, I would just say like my goals is like to just, like one of my goals is to win an international tournament. So yeah, I mean, the first step is qualifying, so we have to make the lower bracket run.
Purbo, do you want to be a world champion?
Of course.
What do you need to achieve that goal?
Time. I just need time. It's not even a goal or dream. I think it's a lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I can describe it, because I cannot say, I cannot find other words how I can describe it. This is the lifestyle. You either live with it or you don't live with it. Or how people say, you're either obsessed with it or you don't obsess. So
thank you everyone for watching. Be sure that we are working hard here. Everyone is spending their time, their lives to become the better version of themselves, and will become a champion one day. It just takes time, so it just takes losses, and you need to learn from that. Thank you everyone.
You two can wave now.